Give it 1 second. Maybe even two. There it is. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, 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 hi. Well, guys, we finally made it. We're finally here. We're finally here. We're on episode 4. This is gonna be fresh for me too. So if I make any fuck ups, I didn't see it coming. What can I say? Nope, the cat's gone now. Bye 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 bye. Whoa whoa. And then, there we go. Yeah, I totally was not playing Power World before I started stream today. So my mind is definitely not a little foggy. That'd be crazy. That'd be wild. So surely not I. No, 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 not I. I guess without further ado, not much else to really say. Let's get this party started. We shall continue. Just a recap of episode 3. There are 2 of them now. As you're ready to leave, Jeannie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Dragon, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. You two did the right by those kids, though. What a blessing, everyone getting out of the situation. All right, getting out of that situation. All right. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Dragon, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Well, if it ain't Dragon, Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. He was there with Stella that night in the woods.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy.
Hope we've been faring better in all this since all that unpleasantness. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on a quiet hill just off Main Street. Scarlet's own most of the houses here. We rent them out to employees. Just more convenient, you know? Your cousin pulls up a heavy set of keys from her pocket. She picks out one marked with a bright strip of green tape and unlocks the door. Come on in. Don't worry, it's empty. Yep, he's a dog. And judging from the series of portraits lining the wall, Tabitha wasn't pulling your leg. Every mayor of Scarlet Hollow in living memory has also been a dog. And you can tell this dog is a mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Before you can catch up with your company, you're interrupted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression. Self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy.
I'm Pastor Daniel. I'll take it you're Dragon. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt. But I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you've ever liked to discuss your beliefs, my door's always open.
Hello, hello, hello. This one is what you might expect out of a tormented artist out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to a studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room. Hiding the bare concrete floor, ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella's nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quite intense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Dragon's still in town. We'll see. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah. Well, we'll just sit down in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure it'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in a basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask permission from my mom just to have friends. Oh. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain, wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey. You're sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Hey. Hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Seems I made it just in time. Let's get this show on the road. I don't have all night. Oh. This is where I've seen it. It appears to be on top. It appears on top of the stain. Sybil pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor already is stained with a reddish brown. Around it is stained with a reddish brown. What the fuck? I'm going for it. Ooh. Wait, do you hear music? 1 second. Did I do a silly? I didn't. Okay. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. Doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. What the hell? Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. It doesn't matter which. Bullshit! I hope I didn't come too late. It seems something... It wants something, doesn't it? I think you know which of you should volunteer. You're joking. You must be joking. Let's just leave. Agreed. Sybil, you got in here. Can you get us out? Sybil sighs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Absolutely. This is not our problem. If you think this is the best course of action, yes, I can get you out. It's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in a basement, even if all of your senses are telling you otherwise. Try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Dragon. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, pulling you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now. Yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Dragon. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into the bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of the city hall. The swirling void of wrath and despair that people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Wow! That was such a pleasant time. Nothing bad happened. Yippee. Ah. Getting a little more comfy. A second. Okay. Let's go. Wake up. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seems so far away, you can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know the furious spirit of Charles Shaw yet lingers, locked behind the doors of Town Hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and Tabitha. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, have you heard from Stella? I haven't been able to get a hold of her. Thought she might have at least checked in with you. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Well, go Stella. Hey, what's up? Just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyway, leave a message. Or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full. You can't accept messages at this time. Okay. Also. That's my favorite kryptonite. Yeah. Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. This can be as soon as you get a chance. You wait for a few minutes, or a few silent minutes. Your message is still undelivered. I haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I know we haven't exactly gotten along, but we should meet up in town and look for her together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Well, check the closet. Make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone has been in here. Judging by the residue that was left behind, you're pretty sure you know the culprit. It means that he was in your room, but he was there while you were out the previous day, or did he enter while you slept unaware, just a few feet away? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Hey, what the fuck? Hey, huh? This is the possums. You open the drawers. Two possums are staring up at you. They both have bread now. That's nice. Wave at them. You wave at them. They continue to stare up blankly in response. Close the drawer. You close the drawer. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Take a yower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of the day of your day. Brain rot's hitting me hard today, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Seven Realms is still rotting my head. That's probably what it is. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... What the fuck? Morbid as hell. I'm gonna do this one. You think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll be going back there today. You're sure of it. I'm done here. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. It's time for you to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking this week. They're striking this week of all weeks. As if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Cousin is backed into a corner. The miners aren't just striking, they're putting on a stronger front than she anticipated. Sure. How are you feeling about the strike? You can be honest with me. Conflicted. It's going to be tough, and despite what a lot of people would have you believe, I'm not relishing the opportunity to pick a fight with my men. I don't think my men take pleasure in breaking strikes. In breaking strikes, Perlane would have. Perlane would have, but I don't think many people take pleasure in breaking strikes. Perlene would have, but that's not me. I don't know. It's complicated. Everything is so complicated. I'm not infiltrating the strike. I'm not dealing with this shit. Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you, if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. It's time for you to break another union. Not another one, dude. It's hard enough doing the first. Come on. I can't deal with another. That's so much. You're in a different spot right now. Yeah, I am. Hopefully it's all over soon. No more strike talk. So, ghosts are real. I still can't go over that. I can. What does that actually change about anything? I still have a mind to run, and you still have a funeral to attend. Do you regret leaving Charlie down there? Not at all, and I don't care if Grandma Eddie killed him. I don't care if Grandma Eddie killed him. A past is a past, and neither of us had anything to do with it. We can always build a new town hall. We can never get back lost years. Real and true. Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened. What happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. You probably should get going, right? Yeah. I have dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Some of this slips past you. Your heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's it. And that's that. Let's get the garden. I mean, eavesdropping in the general store yesterday, it sounds like Tabitha's keeping something in the back. Now that she's gone for the day, you can investigate the garden to your heart's content. The air is chilly today, an overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. Venture deeper into the garden. You venture deeper into the garden. Someone mentioned an enclosed space. There isn't a shed out here, but the greenhouse fits the bill. Where's you get the greenhouse? You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. It doesn't take much effort to find a path. It doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly roseberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. You step towards the door. It's sealed shut by a lock. You catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. It was a goat. But a strange thing to keep in a greenhouse, especially one so isolated and overgrown. It's just a padlock. You can pick something like that and like this open in seconds. I mean, might as well. When are people gonna learn a mere lock can't keep you contained? You pop it open with ease. Well, it's just a little guy. A warm barnyard smell floods your senses as you stare down at the goat within, it stares back at you from its place on the tiled floor, surrounded by dried herbs. The smell is familiar. It's the same smell that wafted out of the burlap sack of the tea Tabitha picked up from Sybil the previous morning. Well, I'm not gonna untie the goat. There's a reason that goat's in here. I just wanted to see the goat. Hi, goat. The door's already open. You think for a moment, but about whether you should keep it that way. No, close it on my way out. I don't want Tabitha getting even more mad at me. You close the door behind you and reapply the lock. Your cousin will be none the wiser about your little excursion. Investigating your garden with Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kaneko waiting for much longer. Head to town. It's time to head to town. Into the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Hey! Hey! Get the fuck out of here! Hey! You, and you, and you, and you, and you. What the fuck? The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. Glimpses of the pale figures dot your periphery. You haven't seen dishlings in the middle of the day before. They're getting bolder. And you're surprised you find a familiar face making its way up to the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. I'll be able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Even if I had been able to chill out a bit, knowing that thing was right down the street. Yeah, not super conductive to a good night's sleep. Does the library look different? Like, can you see the haunting from outside? It's boarded up, but I can't say I've gotten close enough to see much of anything yet. You could always check it out together. Though, maybe we better not tempt it. The ghost seemed pretty desperate to eat your soul last night, and I don't even know if I mean that metaphorically or literally. Hopefully some slapdash plywood is all it takes to contain that thing. I don't like the thought of it spilling onto Main Street. If it smells a drop of Scarlet blood nearby. I'm glad Tabitha was with me. If I was there by myself, I probably wouldn't have had the guts to walk out of there. Oh yeah? I'm glad that you and your cousin got the chance to bond last night. It's good to see you care about something other than the mine. Oh. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. So you're gonna like that? Last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Infallible. There's distance everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Every turn is a server of the tree line. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them. They're scrunched up little Sharpay faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I don't know. I know they're a bad omen or something, but like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take the wrong turn, right? They're pretty small. We might be safe. Yeah, you're right. They're not too big, and you might be able to kick them around if we have to. I hope they don't get any bigger. Yeah. Gig and I were meeting up to look for Stella. You want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though, for from what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. Unless we're using it as a home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. I have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You never start back down the path of the town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Dragon, you made it. You picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you both are doing okay, like emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Oh my god. Hey, that's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Jane's all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom's been insisting I caught a cold and I wasn't buying it. But as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. I'm kind of surprised you reached out to me after all the issues between you and Tabitha. I care more about finding Stella than I do about ongoing feuds between me and your cousin. And I'm not going out there alone because the last thing I want is to go missing while looking for someone who went missing. We do everything in groups from now on. People shouldn't be judging by the family anyways. Whatever people may think of your cousin, it's nothing to do with you. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today, but that she couldn't have told all of us last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Mom's always a bit of a Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole new age mystic thing. Lots happened in the past couple of days. Ugh. I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all of this keep having all these existential crises. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. I mean, yeah. I think last night just pushed her over the edge. I know I'm not gonna. I know I'm the. I know I'm the only. I've only known her for a couple of days, but it feels like she has a tendency to run from difficult emotions. Usually she just changes the subject, but I guess this time she wound up just literally running. You're absolutely right, and as her friend, we can't let her be alone at a time like this. I've made this mistake before. Plus she could get mobbed by those weird little creatures or worse. Exactly. There's no time for anyone to be off on their own. Who knows what kind of weird stuff is out there. In the past couple of nights, I wouldn't be surprised if there was actually Bigfoots in the woods, just waiting to eat any human who wanders in too far from civilization. Do Bigfoot thirst for human flesh? Is that some kind of common knowledge I wasn't keyed in on? I wouldn't be surprised. Is all I'm saying. Okay, let's get started. I don't want to waste another minute. Where to first? I guess Stella's house. Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about going about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. You make your way towards Stella's house. The door is pristine as any old wooden door, no bloody handprints in sight, and any telltale signs of Wayne's absent. Any telltale signs of Wayne absent. If something happened here, it didn't involve them. At least, not at the front door. Kanika knocks anxiously at the door. It creaks open. The house is quiet. The world outside muffled as you take a cautious step over the threshold into the muted air of the living room. You have a feeling Stella won't be emerging from the shadows to sleepily greet you. This doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella, or someone else, was in a hurry when they left. Okay? Stella? There's no response. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Cool, I'll be brave and go first. Every cautious steps over the threshold of Stella's house. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Aside from the corner of the room dedicated to Gretchen, Stella's house is almost like it feels like a museum. No, it feels like a museum. Everything organized with a sort of tidiness you wouldn't expect from someone as rough and tumble as Stella, and only a handful of objects feel like they belong to her. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm going to forget that you said that and just be thankful that it doesn't look like a crime scene. So this kitchen is slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. The crust of the bread is gone, somewhat stale, but as much as you'd expect after being left overnight. About as much as you'd expect of being left overnight. Whoever left it here left many hours ago. It's a little messy, but it doesn't look like anything violent happened here. It's possible that she came home, grabbed some food, and left in a hurry, right? Did she have somewhere that she needed to be? She didn't say she had something that she had to rush off to. Maybe she just had a panic attack and after being possessed. But that was over 12 hours ago. I hope she'd be home by now if that was the case. This is still the sort of person to stop back home and make a snack in the middle of a mental health crisis. Yes. It's comforting to think that that might be all that happened. The panic attack is much more manageable than rotting ghouls or parasitic doughboys. You make your way to the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. Gaming PC! Holy shit! Not a gaming chair, though. L. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, that's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. No streaks of blood and pus that began to belong to a certain phantom miner. He hasn't been here. You do notice, though, that her jacket is nowhere in sight. It is in her closet and wasn't on the coat rack in the other room. Stella's jacket is gone. The Letterman one. It wasn't on the rack in the other room. It's on here, and she didn't have it yesterday. Okay, I'm sold. Between this and the kitchen, she must have come home last night. And it seems like she is the one who decided to leave. No struggle or anything. Check her computer. You gotta check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some sort of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left it wide open. Well, maybe the computer was left open too. Exactly. If there isn't a password, maybe we're supposed to take a peek. Maybe we'll find a first known elaborate scavenger hunt she set up overnight. Okay, fine, but I'm going to stand over your shoulder the whole time. Make sure you don't go looking for anything personal. Who, me? Who, me? No. Dell's desktop is horrifyingly cluttered. There's simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor. They overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Whoa, how do we find anything on here? I'm suddenly a lot less worried about an invasion of privacy, and a lot more worried about being a complete waste of about this being a complete waste of time. Well, you scan through the folders and file names on the desktop looking for anything that seems like it might be interesting. One folder catches your eye: boring tax stuff. You're no fool. You've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your computer. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and it consists of, and the contents are never boring. Open the folder. Aww. You open the folder and surprised to find it contains carefully mapped out diagrams of Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes in fences and areas with low visibility. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin and an authentic, joyful grin, an authentic, joyful smile. Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Okay, this is way too personal. I'm gonna stand in the corner while you wrap this up. You think? Check your open tabs. It would take all day to count the number of open tabs in Stella's browser. Open tabs in Stella's browser. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows Edge to Windows Edge. Her most recently open tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum of cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, was chasing a skunk. Okay. Hey everyone, was chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day, and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says that there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage, some sort of cryptid nobody's heard of except for your friend's mom. This is the only thing. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings in some city in England is some city in England. Thought you were legit, guys. Since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? These things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I got tons of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love Mothman. I believe you. Lucky you're falling right into her lap. Lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. If that continues to the next day. Hey, okay, so one, this isn't an ARG. I would never. And two, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch it on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real.wave. Just because you put the word real in your file name does not mean they're real. 2 supernatural events back to back on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into the River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, lol. W White things are not loud popping, and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her. I'm gonna call the mods. Liking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self promo. The thread ends. Shh. Search history time. You check out search history. She hasn't visited any website since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night, the incident, she didn't touch her browser. Aside from the expected search tabs for tabby knockers and ditch lanes, it looks like she's been playing a lot of Sarah McLachlan. That's it. Oh no, not the mods. Oh god. Not the forum mods. It's truly a dark day. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Stupid one kills. What the fuck? Still this PC. I'm getting achievements from this. Yippee. Channies. What the fuck? It's what the deranged human. I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is this is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. I could use a few more houseplants. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Aw, she still does this little this quick board with string thing. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. Visit Stella's house on Thursday morning. Achievement unlocked. Yippee! Okay, so she probably came home last night, but she's not here now. We don't have any idea where she might have gone. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hope she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went there to find your cousin. I can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them are such a dynamic, you know? Classic dog and cat situation. Come on, I'll drive us. You felt like you need to get to her van. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of the Scarlet Mines. I thought that was a penis for a second. It's a toilet. Scarlet, more like toilet. Oh, dude, it's a banger. All right, guys, pick your favorite sign out of the three. Not at all. So true. What happened? I think Scarlet, more like toilet, is definitely the better one out of all of these, personally. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand form a human barricade around the entrance of the Scarlet Mines. Is this a strike? They're striking? Some miners were talking about it in the diner yesterday, and it looks like they managed to convince almost everybody to join up. The collapse might have been a breaking point for a lot of people. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go back underground the day after a mine collapse either. I'm never stepping foot in a mine ever again. It's time to have this stop taking your workers for granted. I hope it's not weird to talk about them while they're in the middle of all this. I talked to Mother in the middle of all this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Oh, well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. You might have had us fooled the other day, but word gets around fast. Hey, and well met fellow countrymen. What's going on? What's that goes on here? Fucking there it is.
Here we go.
There goes the strike. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The YouTuber? She's the one. She's the one on the. She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we know if she'd come. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Can't say it'll be much help, though. Well, I can't say it'll be much help, though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. How goes the strike? What do you like to know? You can see for yourself it's going strong. Major collapse happened on the property not 2 days ago, and the boss wants us to go on about our work as usual.
I'm not going back down there knowing death is serious bodily harm could come at any second.
I care more about living than I do about any paycheck. There's a lot that could stand to change around here. Yeah, it seems like damn near everybody else thinks so too. Man. On one hand, I like my cousin. On the other hand, they kinda have a point. But also, that mine was technically closed off. And it did collapse beforehand. So as long as you're not, like, in that specific, like, mine space, it should be fine, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't this a bit of an escalation to try talking to Tabitha first? What do you know about what we've already tried? You ain't from here. You ain't from around here. No, you ain't from around here. You sure as hell don't know what it's like working down in those mines. You knew nothing. We knew nothing would get us nowhere. The most it would do is get people fired. It happened before. This is the best way to send a message. By not making her any more money until she had to listen.
And there's no way I'm risking my life a couple of days after a mine collapse. No paycheck is worth that.
Dragon, you of all people should know how talking to Tabitha goes. She's a brick wall, an angry brick wall. Why are the cops here? Where are the cops here?
Miss Scarlet requests your supervision of the supervised situation. The mine's the source of the mine's the source of a lot of jobs in town, and she just wanted to make sure nobody did anything hasty while expressing their concerns.
That's a polite way of saying they've been here to intimidate us. A little reminder from the boss that she owns more than just the local mines. Simmer down. Nobody's here to intimidate anybody. But the Scarlet mines are private property. Miss Scarlet has every right to request some oversight during this tense situation. There's a lot more than us than there are of you. Okay, they haven't seen Stella. Let's go. That means we don't have to talk to Tabitha. That's fine by me. This is the mines on episode 4. Yippee! I guess that's it for the mines. Come on, I'll drive us back to town. We can figure out our next move from there. Where to next? Let's check in with Oscar and Rosalina. They're at the Maxwell place, right? Yes, the place of the oh so generous cousin that decided it was suitable for habitation. Hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. It's a roof over their heads for the time being, or what's left of a roof. After everything they've been through, I can't believe she'd make them stay in a place like that. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention. Hey! You turn to see a digitally approaching a concerned pixel in an alley. He must have slipped out of the library with everybody last night. Ditching distracted from the hunt by your arrival, craned its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. In the distance, you hear the furious patters of many feet approaching you. You won't be alone for long. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as you leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. Is there a pup or something laying around? Maybe you can take care of scare it off. There's no time. I'm grabbing Pixel. Oh shit! Dogs! If you can react, a small pack of dogs around the corner. Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell? Jesus Christ! Before you can react, a small pack of dogs around the corner. They pounce on the creature and pull it from the wall, and then taking turns, biting and turning until it's ripped into shreds. What the fuck? Huh? Their task complete, they saunter towards you. What the? It's Daisy. It's Scraps too. The dogs are running around and Mary Jimmy in the run against Mary Jimmy in the last election. Oh my god. And every other dog in town. All together in some kind of ditchling hunting dog gang. Pixel timidly steps towards you. Pixel! You got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat. Come here. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group, for clambering into your arms. Is a comfortable heft to him. It seems how I see how it is. Everyone likes Dragon, even the cats. Thanks for keeping them safe, dogs. Pack of dogs scamper off. They're work done. What the hell's going on in this town? Dog politics. Is that fucking dog politics? Is that how you describe that? What the hell? What the fuck? Seems like a typical politics in UTV. Yeah? Is that typical politics to you? Just hunting down little freakazoids and ripping them apart and then leaving them in the alleys? I would love to see Lala run for office. This seems very interesting. Campaign. Pixel and tell you and your companions continue on to the old Maxwell place. Can you guys hear the game, by the way? I'll do this. Maybe not. Oh, that's awkward. I don't know why. Weird. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna save and then try and figure that out. Playing powers, I didn't notice how. You're fine. You're fine. I just noticed on the OBS thing, so I will go and see if I can figure it out real quick. 1 second. Let me do this. Bum, and bam, bam. Oh, there we go. It has been fixed. I'm so smart. Practically a genius. Okay. The old Maxwell place. It's thank you. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time, but it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing the cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Before you can approach, the door opens, and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Huh. Sorry if I started, y'all. The walls were worn down enough I could hear you coming from a block away. Crazy your gross peanuts hired a dog murder squad. You think? You think that's what it was? Good morning, Oscar. Just thought we'd stop to check in. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. She's voice is tired. Been a long night, it shows his green face, seemingly having aged in hours since you last saw him. Please, come on in. Pixel! Rosalina rushes forward, taking Pixel gently from your arms. Hey, Rosalina. Hey, Alexis. Look who we found on the way up here. I was worried. I was so worried. I thought the ghost might have done something to him. Alexis is helping us put her room together. We don't plan on staying here long, but the girls seem to be having fun with it. Thank goodness, even after all that we've been through. Yeah, this is kind of cool. There's like a weird intercom thing and a jacuzzi. Maybe you guys could fix this place up, and it doesn't seem that run down. Kind of seems like a thing where if you didn't like, even after maybe. I hope that Chekhov's nut did in fact get that dog squad to attach that ditchling, and perhaps even future ditchlings. Hate those freaks. #1 little freak hater right here. It is a lot cooler than I thought it would be. But I've already met a ghost. And I've already met a ghost, so if it turns out to be haunted, that's no big deal. Y'all aren't traumatized from last night? This jacuzzi, can I try it? Sorry about the library. Have any of you seen Stella? We haven't seen... We haven't been able to find her since everyone left the library last night. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? No, we have no clue where she's gone. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. I feel terrible. I should have done a better job warding her height. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of a ghost. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. You were going to be able to stop her. There's no way you could have known how she would have reacted when she found out. I don't even think she knew how she'd react. And besides, you didn't know how bad it was gonna get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is okay, but sometimes that's just not gonna be possible. You're only one guy. That's what Rosalina was also saying. Always saying. That's what Rosalina's always saying. I can read. I promise. I hope I do apologize. I suppose I do apologize more than I should. You really do. Well, I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town's seen her. It doesn't mean something bad happened. But it doesn't exactly sound like all sunshine and roses for her either. I'm sure she's okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Do you think you'll have to stay here long term? No, I'll find a way to get the library back and have a house with it. I don't care what it takes. I'm not letting that creature get the last laugh. It's all bravado at this point. Even Oscar doesn't believe what he just said. I've been thinking. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing paranormal going on in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by little goblin creatures in the woods, while entire buildings are taken over by supernatural creatures. Here until the lights show up in the final confrontation. That'd be based. I'd love if the dog showed up in the final confrontation. You think there is an inciting event, right? You think there's an inciting event, right? I do. That's my thought too. It was never like this in Scarlet Hollow before. Something must have happened that kicked off all the magical stuff. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening when Dragon got here. You're not wrong. Exactly. If there's a catalyst for all this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Dragon, getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. If I may, Dragon getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. Verlaine died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were probably reproducing by the time he arrived. Not to mention, I had started seeing things in our house before Verlaine passed. I never thought to make a note of exactly when the spirits made itself known. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put this genie back in its bottle. I'm gonna do my best to find out if there have been any similar events and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain something. Might explain what's going on. Holy shit! I am out of it today. Holy. The town archives are, unfortunately, in the library. I told you. I told you to put everything online. I told you putting everything online was important. No one uses papers anymore, Dad. You are right. It'll be my first project if we get the library back. I've learned my lesson. Until then, I'll just have to make do with what I can find online. We'll fill you in on what we know, so at least you have some sort of place to start. Yeah. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There's one in the mines and another in your basement. Maybe more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there. But who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Dragon. Dragon, didn't you say you felt something similar in the mine seal outside the clinic? Yesterday? Oy vey. I hope that doesn't mean something weird is about to happen there, too. Oh no. Losing the library is already above, but losing the only doctor's office in town seems like it would be bad. Here's hoping we sort things out before that becomes an issue. Make sure Pixel stays inside. You may get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces. Yeah, the English doughboys. I kind of like them. It's like a hidden object game out there. It's like a hidden object out there today with all the weird little faces peering out the bushes. Like them? We're talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife. I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. To each their own. Not Pixel. He's the best cat I've ever met. He's like a little dude. He's a little dude. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He's rocking that Coleman 3 right now. How do we know if he didn't get infected already? He was out all night. Is he gonna be okay? I think the dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. The gang of dogs? I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact. But we'll make sure to stay safe. Right, Rosalina? I'm not letting him out of my sight ever again. I think there's something in the clinic. There's a store yesterday, and I could feel something pulling me towards it. Right, I almost forgot it. After everything that happened yesterday, you said there was something there that reminded you of the mines, right? I see. I'll dig up what I can on the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something haunting that place as well. You have a friend that lives there, right? Should we tell him that there's something bad might happen in this house? You might want to stay someplace else for now. If the last few nights are any indication. Yeah, I'll shoot Reese a warning text. Maybe I'll... But I don't know if his mom will let him leave. She's got an iron grip on the poor dude, and she's probably even more of a skeptic than I am, or was. Reese mentioned a movie night, right? Probably covered for an investigation. Who knows if that would fly with Dr. Kelly, though? After last night, I'm pretty sure she's only going to let us... She isn't going to let us I'm pretty sure she's not going to let us anywhere near her house. She's the only doctor in town. She can't just ban people from the clinic, right? I don't think so, but hopefully nobody gets sick or hurt enough to justify a visit over the next couple of days. If we're going to investigate a clinic, I think we're going to have to break in. Whoa, that is unexpected coming from you. That's what Stella would do, and she's been 3 for 3 this week when it's coming to finding spooky stuff. She's also been 3 for 3 for when it comes to finding her way into mortal peril. This is why we have to find her as soon as possible. It wouldn't fall on me to suggest we do something dangerous. I feel terrible selling it. I'm terrible for... It's gone. It's gone. It's too late now. Never evade. It's gone. It's not that I don't think we should figure out what's going on there. We just need to be cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it is to help out friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or 2. Some research before you do anything rash, okay? Oh, sounds like you got something to work on now. We should head back. We should get back to looking for Stella. I do. Thanks for the lead, Dragon. See ya, Oscar. Let us know if you find it. What you find. I will. We're going to the library back. We're gonna get the library back. And we're gonna figure out how to fix whatever's going on with this town. So, that's Oscar. Any other ideas? I don't want to go to the church. I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Sure, we can humor her. She's going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something. Which might actually work. Who knows? There's only one way to find out. Let's do it. The buzz of the general store chime on welcoming as the 3 of us enter. The 3 of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You We're supposed to stay in bed today, remember? Oh, hello, you two. And hello, you two. Hope you both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing tonight. Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you, you need to rest. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Dragon about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to him. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lay down. Hi, Dragon. Giga turns head towards the stairs without saying another word. Thinking he has her mom looking out for her. She seems so tired today. You'll probably be able to find Stella without her. I'm so sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Dragon and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Oh, you're right. I totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to go messing with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, but before I go, I did want to ask. Are you a witch? Avery does not beat around the bush. As flattered as I am that you think I'm magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned. Well, I won't push it. Well, just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave you out to your non-spiritual private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Dragon. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Sybil to the tea room. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright glows over the plant in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? The other day you promised to tell me, what was it, unsavory tales about my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I've been exaggerating a bit for the dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlane was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman, similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet. So her family choosing her as a punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Were Perlene and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry in the world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. What? Who? What does that mean? What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were just children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in a wedlock, so I assumed your mother worried something would happen with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew, but the way Vivian was that night, she came to me and stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering it always had me what it was about her family that made her panic so much. At the thought of having a baby. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edward Dean took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. What Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling. Her father was some teenage fling that ended once her grandmother found out about her when she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it. What with skipping town and all. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combined with the two flavors into something medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. I should finish the tea. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone. Before you know it, the small cup is empty, save for what's left of a rehydrated leaf coating the bottom. Oh good, glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you and staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit at the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this is all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure, but we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. It's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. I didn't mean Tabitha. The cat could be Tabitha. But we actually get along really well. She seemed to warm up to you then. That's even worse. You're right, and she is the cat. That means she managed to deceive you. Be careful. She may not have your best interest at heart. It's clear something bad is coming your way, and let's suppose for a second that you're right. It's possibly connected to your cousin. Knowing this means we can try and counteract whatever she might have planned for you. What Tabitha said, it seems like she wants you to stay put and stop snooping around. It seems like she's trying to keep you from finding something. Judging by what you told me last night, those stone carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely that they have something to do with this. It's possible Tabitha doesn't want you finding more of them. Maybe she doesn't want you to see any more visions about your family. About what your family has done. I don't know if it's just about protecting the Scarlet legacy or if there's something even more sinister at play, but finding more of them could be vital to protecting yourself from there. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find others? Yeah, at the clinic. Your thoughts drifted to the door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. You didn't get all this from tea leaves. Of course she didn't. She's smart. She knows how to deduce things from the tea leaves. Of course not. The tea leaves are merely a guide. Sometimes it can help confirm suspicions or fill in where my intuition falls short. Your family has lived in these hills a long time, as is yours. I know the Scarlets have secrets. I know Vivian was scared for you, but your place in this is something you have to figure out together. And that's where little tricks like tea leaves come in handy. But we shouldn't digress. You know where to find the next stone. I think I found another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on Tabitha, especially if you didn't let her know what you're up to. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you snooping around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story. And she never locks any of the doors up there. Why do you know that? Hey, why does she know that? Hey, what the fuck? Why does she know that? Huh? Just in case. It's helpful information. What the fuck? I think that's all I can offer. All the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought us more questions than giving any clear answers. I don't trust Sybil, TBH. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its doors strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Knock on Kanika's door. I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Dragon, what's up? I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Sorry, Dragon, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. Probably shouldn't push you or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. Sag. I have no companions for this adventure. You make your way to the general's, out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill and past the rows of ragged houses that make up the Scarlet Hollow residential area. Raccoon. Raccoon. Nice. Ditchling. 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 Any more freaks? Oh! Wayne! Awesome! It isn't long before you find yourself outside the door, the Dr. Kelly's clinic. It's secretly enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can barely feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. We're not gonna talk about Wayne. Tell me Keen-Eyed has not seen Wayne. You're pretty sure you can make the jump to the second floor, at least with a running start. You make your way up the hill and bend your knees in anticipation, then you jump, and you land. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel the odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it is that was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity and overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar as if inviting you to enter. The light clicks on. You're in the morgue. Dragon, what are you doing in the morgue?
Hi! Oh my god, what are you? That's so strange. What are you doing here?
Am I interrupting something? No, I was just practicing. I guess sometimes I just come down here to rehearse. Not gonna lie, this is kind of weird, dude. You're the one who just wandered into a morgue. His eyes seem distant to you. Dragon is strong down here. You almost feel yourself slipping into a trance and your eyes wander to the back of the wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. You touch the wall and it feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? You make him understand. Make him understand. I will. There's a stone carving in the other side of the wall, and I need to see it. Reese glances at the back of the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but we really need to get in there. I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the doc out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and I need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true, anyway. So you gotta go you need, that's him in that. Exactly. Sounds great, lead the way. Sweet, be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited. His usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear soft voice filtering through the open doorway at the top of the stairs. The hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try and keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought he just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll pick up some juice and some ginger ale too. That'd be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps down the hall and the front door opening and closing. It worked. The edge of grass was left this way, so excitement raising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. One of those emergency fire axes, so it should be. So it should be pretty obvious where it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. Wherever it is. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her non-vacant office. Now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye, some sort of record with your family's name on them. Yup. You scoop up the folder, tucking the documents in for later perusal. Reese watches you with curiosity. Stealing medical documents? They have my family name on them. I'm allowed. Sure, I'm not gonna rat you out. You can steal whatever you want, especially since you've got some big mystery to solve. Let's check the medical supply room next. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Maybe be careful stealing in there, though. That might really get you in trouble. We turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. Medical supply room is probably a good bet. A fire axe seems like something that might be useful in a room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. Oh, there it is. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. Better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I had to steal an axe after we got a chance to use it. There must be a key somewhere. He stops and listens to something. You can hear it too, but it's very faint. The sound of footsteps just outside the clinic. Shit, she's back already. The front door to the clinic opens and closes. The creak of the antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. He's headed this way. Quick. We gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into the small space as best you can. He attempts to slide in with you. He makes space and slips in next to you, closing the door just enough so that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way back down the hall. You better wait a second just in case. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into a suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. With the footsteps soon returned, Dr. Kelly making her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards and broadcasting, holy shit, floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the all the way to the hallway from just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear, let's go. I did not shoot my shot with the vampire boy, no. I got the YouTuber to try and rizz up, as the kids say. She's just MIA right now. That's all. The two of you spill out of the closet. He quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning for the keys. The strange sprig of fuzzy fruits draw your eye. You step towards it to take a closer look. It looks out of place on the sterile steel countertop. Its broad 8-pronged leaf already wilting in an unnatural way. Your thoughts are interrupted by the jingling of keys. Sweet, found them. They're color-coded too, easy. Reese unlocks the cabinet and offers you a fire axe. Here's your axe. You didn't do the axe and pauses, realizing that poring over the weird little plant. That was what she took out of the bag, right? That's weird. Does she make her own medicine? She's not a pharmacist. I don't think she's supposed to do that. This is just supposed to be where she stores medicine in order from the pharmacist over in the Brevard. He picks up the plant. Weird little alien fruit. It's gotta be medicinal, right? Maybe she has a recipe somewhere. And we have our keys. Let's see if there's some sort of locked drawer. Let's see if some of the locked drawers have to hide. You say it's unlocking drawers. Medicinal supplies, brand name meds. Puzzle in the next drawer. Mysterious unlabeled notebook. This is about me. There's stuff in here from when I was like 12. It's like some kind of diary or medical history or both, I guess. What the hell is this? Something about another episode? Because she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. There's some illustrations. He glances at the strange plant on the countertop. It's that. She uses that to make my medicine. Extract by boiling berries. Great. She doesn't say what the berries are or what she's extracting. We can figure that out later. We better get out of here. Yeah, you're right. I'll run interference. Go downstairs, quick. You can hear her approaching now. Floorboards creaking in the hallway on the other side of the office. You follow Reese's instructions once again, starting down the basement stairs, letting the pool of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down the hallway. I was right. We already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speaker, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's just my music. Be sure to put in my earplugs and drown out all the industrial clinging you listen to. I know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. I know, I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in the refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the recently room below. Hey. Let's do this. I'd like to do the honors if you don't mind. I got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Sure, buddy. Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. Which means he's cut through the wall with very little effort, unexpected from someone with his frame and condition, but you know his stringy muscle are backed by mounting furia. What has been done to him. And this goes a long way. He staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. The splintering edges of the frame of the dark patches seemingly cut deep into the sides of the cliff. Cold seeping from a forgotten place in the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell. Like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. You climb into the hole. It's wild. I have no idea. This is down here. This is here. An entire hospital wing? Rotting away from decades behind some flimsy drywall? His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet moving without prompting you. You stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Are you okay? You don't respond. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotting. Water damage having eaten away at the wood from over the unknown years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear it down. You tear into it. Enoch. I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I gonna do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch. That witch? That's nonsense. It's alright. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Vision swims back into the focus, and it takes a solid second or two for you to reorientate yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried he slipped into a coma or something. He tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapse. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. You okay? Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? No, nothing. You just fell down, ditching a little when you seemed stable. I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. But you have a delicate constitution! Great, glad I have at least one mostly normal day this week. Too bad. With your track record, I was kind of hoping you'd run into some unimaginable horrors. At least, I know there's an abnormal hospital wing in the morgue. I'm sure there's plenty in there that they get creeped out by. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come to you in the morgue. I still have these documents I swiped, right? Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull up the files containing medical documents about your family. Other death certificates. You quickly flip through the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet. Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy we saw. Born May 24th, 1890. Died 1918. Age 28. Cause of death: crushed in mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, born April 19th, born April 1914, died June 7th, 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 1920, died January 6, 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. This must be Edwardine's brothers. Fatal death. Fetal death. Infant baby Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered April 3rd, 1945. Stillbirth mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death: complications during birth. No doctor present. Home burial. There's no doctor present at the birth. No home burial. Some information missing here. Sandra Scarlet, born December 12th, 1947, died August 20th, 1957. Aged 9. Missing, presumed dead, signed by mother Edwardine Scarlet. Mary Bella Scarlet, born April 3rd, 1946, died August 30th, 1963, age 16. Cause of death: complications during childbirth, signed by her mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death: sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Edwardine Scarlet, born April 9th, 1913, died February 12th, 2003. Aged 89. Cause of death: heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearline Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. I have a normal old person disease illness. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9th, 1887, died August 20th, 1957. Age 69. Nice! Awesome! That's a death fall from cliff. Not as awesome. This one has a coroner's report attached. Bergen sustained impact injuries. Lacerations to neck and body consists of falling from great height. I had a vision, like a hallucination. I have those too. I have those sometimes too. I used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong and my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours, I believe it. Hopefully it's all ancient history, though. If only you know. I should probably get going. Still missing in stone. Here, friendly, stop yelling at me. That'd be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I read this, there's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down here, but she can't get down here, and now we just have to wait her out. But why would your mom poison you? I don't know. It's all in here. She never outright says what she's doing. The recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are involves weird plant that was on the counter. I managed to look up the plant she's been using to make my medicine on the internet, and it's coaster beet. It uses Ricken, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. With your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Or not, maybe not the local cops, but a cops. Is she like proxy? Interesting. By proxy, what do you mean? You're right, I have her journal. This is pretty incriminating, even if she left out any descriptive words for what she was up to. Ideally, I'd never have to see or think about her ever again, but if it comes to that, if it comes to it, this could be my guarantee that she would never be able to have power over me again. We need to get out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know. Where do we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. It's a term where parents fake a child's... Oh, I thought it was, when a parent thought that their kid wasn't their kid. But I think I'm thinking of a different thing. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. You can stay with me if you want, at least until you get back on your feet. It's just to run down to the apartment, but there's a roof over your head, one place to sleep. It works. Nobody trying to poison me. Sounds like a pretty big upgrade. He smiles. Besides dissonance, he imagines the possibility of such a life, undoubtedly for the first time. Thanks, Dragon. You have no idea how much this offer means to me. But I guess we still have to pass some time before we can get out of here. Distraction seems like a good idea, as you can probably tell I'm getting a little jittery. Against the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, and the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. Doesn't feel awful, to be honest. Chill with whatever. Cool. I can only do two things, paint and watch movies. I'm too jittery to paint right now, especially since I'm probably leaving the basement and everything in it behind in a couple of hours, so movies it is. I guess I was showing a Yoshinoshi Deathblood. He just gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to this sort of thing I watch, things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread is managing to build as palpable in the room, or maybe it's just how it feels down here all the time. Well, with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films. They're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV shows, recordings, and winds up trying back into the narrative. tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I really find engrossing. That I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person or talk to people ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty. He's really not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a full conversation. I'm glad you'll be able to have a social life, and I'm happy to be a part of it. He smiles out to himself. It's still hard to imagine, hard to believe, after all these years alone, that's going to be my reality. A man on the screen yells horns of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there's all these distinct sorts of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people. And once you start seeing how they fit together, can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror is, in its truest sense, this is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's doing a lot of extra adrenaline right now, with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, I'm just jittery. It's a little terrifying to think it's just up there right now. There's a knock on the window. Duh. Hey, buddy. Dragon. Don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. The voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the window. Good luck, freak. The glass is shatterproof. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't gonna hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people when I hurt. I can protect both of us, Dragon. The window shatters. Huh? Guys, I was joking. I was joking when he, out of class, I get to hear Mr. Streamer's world-class VA skills. Sick! You also get to witness, a vampire, I think. I was joking when I said it, but I'm starting to think that it may be real and true and real. Is he? No, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Odds! As Reese takes his clothes, it bubbles out from the canvas. This ghoulish figure is peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds and invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Huh? Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes, as if it manifests. The broken basement window is sealed off, and along with him. Hey, buddy. You aren't safe. I feel strong. You think I can save us? Stay here. We'll be right back. We just have to deal with the dog. He storms upstairs again. Yes! Try and ward the fucking doctor! You make your way up to the door. that beckoned to you. That beckoned to you yesterday. All the intrigue now washed away. Gadzooks! He's a creature of the night! You know where it leads. You know the secret of the stone that lurks in the forgotten basement of the clinic. I have to share with you. The clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere behind the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. I sure hope you don't find a dead body. You press the handle and turn. The doctor emerges from the shadows and leaves a firearm in your direction. She instantly notices it's not a rifle but a tranquilizer gun. Duck! Don't shoot. Duck. Do as she says and ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud, but there's only a pop of the projectile leaves the barrel whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded into Reese's heart chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out and between his ribs. Heavy breaths as the drug courses through his veins. I'm going to have to try hard. That you would. No. How did you? As if you could hope to stop me, pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out. Paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. This is panic. In a mob of furious smears that hold his enemies in place. The artist starts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hall. Wayne has come. Wayne knows all business, I respect it. Yeah, he has a goal in mind, which I think it might be helping me, but I don't know. He seems a little suspect sometimes. Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stifling globs of pain. Right after the doctor. Blur. He tried to get you. I know he tried to get me out. He also broke into a ghost dimension. Then he crushed the ditchling with his foot. He's intimidating, and he also is stalking me, so you know. You run forward, braving the onslaught of the smears, dodging them as best you can as you try and see where the doctor went, or Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of an unseen speaker. You, Dragon, I'm stuck in the safe room. Can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. Ain't no way! What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen is gonna be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get the medicine. I need you to get to the medicine storage. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Okay, the medicine storage. Poisoning is probably warranted. Yeah, I think I'm a bit insano if I'm like, that's a little strange that you poisoned your kid after seeing him turn into a fucking creature of the night. As put earlier, a gazooks, he is the creature of the night. Exactly like that. You turn back and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizer. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna cut it anymore. Intercom system. Hey, Doc. Hey, oh, Doc. Good. You should hear this. Rick, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else, just her. If I don't, then I know she's gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? Shove me back down that basement, or maybe someplace even worse. Keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, than I ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers are going to kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have to Mom. You wanted a good relationship. You had your chance. And you decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Don't try and spin it like some kind of crime of passion now that the consequences are staring you in the face. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. What the hell did you give it to my shoulder? See, from the briefest instance, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow, and then it's gone, slipping back into Wayne's clothes. I'll handle it. I can get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hall. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. Grab the tranquilizers. You do as she says. The tranquilizer is easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized one. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long. You slip past her to the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splattered across the cement floor. Seems like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. What is this room? Old X-ray room, lead walls. Old X-ray room, lead walls. After I realized the whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with specially remote-controlled locks. Glad it finally came in handy. God, it could finally come in handy. Shut up. Mods! Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had the usual changes. Then a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elvish ears. Afraid he might have some kind of genetic disorder, but that's had him checked out by a few specialists. But that was something obviously wrong with him. There was something obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument. He changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now. Just a couple inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. So it was one-off, or maybe an hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle and didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew there was that was when, oh my god. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. He only had 3 incidents like this before. Maybe 4, depending on the counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand that first that he looks different. Understand that first that he looks different. Just makes sure to stay out of top of his dosages. Holy shit! I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages, so he rarely ever does. But I'm not but I've been preparing for the inevitable. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. I think I can... How did you settle on Rickon? Particularly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it. I might die tonight, so sure, I'll tell you. It was... That's all I have to say about that. What the fuck? Huh? What is he? First I thought he was just some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I'd examined him while he's fully transformed. It'd be fascinating to know what happens to him, or how his body does it. But it seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. It's just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone, I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes, romantic sleep paralysis episodes. Were usually kind of sleep, but they were just dreams. Then, all of a sudden, my period stopped, and I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, peace. Great, he's the creature of the night messiah. That's the worst kind of messiah. Oh. The relationship between you seems difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid when I found him. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. Didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was going to be a sunshine and roses, however, forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change. Sometimes they're the worst. It's part of being a mom too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if that happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine if he gets road rage one day and turns into a 12-foot monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. I can fix him! What you're doing is difficult, but it's necessary. I'm glad you see that. Makes me feel a little less cruel. Hasn't been easy doing all this to him. But I know it's for the best. For him and for everyone else. Let's leave it. It's a game plan, both short and long term. Well, if I'm full of elephant tranquilizer, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. And we all live happily ever after. And if he can't, it doesn't really change much. Whether he's a willing captive or unwilling captive, it doesn't matter. He's either under my constant supervision or he's dead. That's just how this has to go. While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all this shit out loud. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for your son to make his way to you. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit. Might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Hmm. Hmm. Hey guys, he looks a little different. He kind of looks like Ludwig from Bloodborne. Is this what you're so afraid of? Hold out the tranquilizer. This is our shot. Hand over the tranquilizer. This is our shot. That'd be fucked up if I just didn't give it to her. Hand the doctor the tranquilizer. Dr. Kelly quickly loads them into the gun, leveling the barrel to her son. Pop. We snow dragon. Hope you are in this together. Thank God. Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. Betrayal. I had to. He was gonna kill somebody. I can drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you in the front when I'm done. Necessary evils. But hey, at least nobody died this time. Well, I guess we haven't seen Wayne yet, so maybe that's not the case. We returned to the edge of the clinic. Everything is quiet now. We shakes of paint where these minions and once roiled. How large of cracks in the wood. Look, I'm away. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share what just happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. But, yeah. Okay, thanks for the heads up, I guess. Can I come and visit him? As long as you don't bring anyone else along, yes. That'd probably be good for him. I can't promise he'll want to see you, or that he wants to... or he won't have some harsh words if he does, but I don't want him to be entirely isolated. Do you think you'll let any of his friends in on this? She heaves a sigh. I have to think about it. We run the risk of one of them trying to break him out, but he's stuck in a windowless room with no internet and no friends. That's a one-way ticket to insanity. Then I'd have an insane monster on my hands. Still in particular would be a problem. That girl never knows when to mind her own business or follow other people's rules. She'd have absolutely no fear of what might happen if he was cut loose. Kanika, I might consider. She's a bit of a bleeding heart and pretty inflexible morals, which could be a problem. On the other hand, I don't know how well she could keep a secret. If Scylla found out, then Kanika could probably be convinced to do a jailbreak. Then it'd all blow up in my face. You could probably tell I haven't put a lot of thought into this. It's the same calculations I've been doing for years, debating whether or not I could be fully upfront with any of them, instead of just pushing them away and hoping they didn't notice what was really going on. She sighs again. Maybe I'll get him a kitten or something. Like they did for Coco, the gorilla. Might as well give him a tire swing while I'm at it. So I'm gonna reach for his enclosure. I hate that I have to do this to him. I'm sorry I came here. I feel like this is all my fault. Tried to get you to stay away for a reason, but that's what's done is done. He was bound to figure out it sooner or later. Just got there's an extra pair of hands around. It could have gotten a lot worse. Can't wait for the big battle, and Reese either joins you or against you. Okay, I don't like that you keep foreshadowing this aforementioned big battle. Let's not jump to conclusions now. So I love to stand around chatting. I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place. Oh, I gotta clean this place as best I can before tomorrow. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. Yeah, you put your arms out for a hug. No offense, but I'm not a hugger. See you later again. Hopefully the dogs balance out the loss of Reese. I'm sure they will. Do you see them fuck up that ditchling? Formerly as to your door. She closes behind you. It's oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets sing quietly in the sleeping little neighborhood. Reese's paint monsters cannot overwhelm the dogs. Don't even say such terrible things. Are there any ditchlings around? Is there any Wayne around? Not seeing nothing. Everything that happened in the clinic also feels like a dream. And now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of this world. Go home. It's time to go home. It's time for you to get home. He appears as if out of nowhere, close streaked with what at first looked like blood and gore, but you quickly realize it's paint. Evidence of his altercation. Evidence of altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. No, dude, I'm walking home by myself. No, dude, I'll walk by myself. You start walking up the road, a wind silhouette quickly fading from the dark of the night. But it's not long before you hear the slow, methodical thumps of boots in the road behind you. You turn to confront your pursuer. You're being really creepy. I suppose one could see it that way, but you aren't getting rid of me. It's time you accept that, regardless of how creepy you feel I am. The woods are getting dark and dangerous. Think of all the lore you can get. Yeah, but I don't like Wayne, he's weird. I'm only here to keep you safe. And to talk. Wayne walks ahead of you. In complete silence. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly I wasn't sure, but now I know. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Are you going to lecture me? You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and I know that now you can't stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do that. Do what you must. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella, or Kanika, or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. But why? Why am I special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They're unbreakable. Did you do something to Stella? I didn't have to. Stella didn't have it in her to stand by your side. Remember that. If you find her, she won't be there if you need her. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation that fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. Mamma mia, this wing guy. Lame. That's a banger. Okay. Sheesh. Maybe means I will go the rest of the night. Rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other again tomorrow. You should try and spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Evelyn won't be around to busy up the lines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. You might be surprised with what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the other brush. There's no ditchlings here. I guess his wings are out. The estate feels empty. Wind howling through the abandoned halls and the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Go to bed. Oh, go to bed. You're exhausted beyond belief. You stumble into your room and collapse in the bed. The damp smell of the matches is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. Close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in the tiny windowless room. His greatest fears realized his body no longer his own, but you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. This is the end of episode 4. Oh, no cutscene? Bruh! This is so sad. He did it. He finished episode 4. I didn't know what to expect, but I think we got probably one of the better endings. What is the worst that could have happened in this scenario? We somehow Kanika come along and she gets fucked up. That can't be a good end. I mean, probably. It's a better end for Dr. Kelly at least. And to be honest, I don't know if everybody else would be chill with having Reese around knowing that he could just fucking murder people. Probably the least deaths. Dr. Kelly hate. I am not a Dr. Kelly hater. I think she is justified. But you also liked frogs, so I think we just generally stand in opposition. Well, yeah. That's it. That's all of Scarlet Hollow right now. Maybe there's some kind of Reese resisting the urge to kill one. Maybe. Maybe if I flirted with him, I'd be like, Reese, no, you're better than this. And I'd be like, yeah, I am. But I didn't flirt with him. I got the YouTuber to rizz up. Yo. Imagine not siding with cool vampire, bro. You're definitely going to be... you're definitely going to lose the upcoming battle. That is your dog's name. That is true. I'm not going to lose the upcoming battle. Also, it's not going to be an upcoming battle. You guys are being silly. You're being silly. Everything's going to be fine. Next chapter, we're going to find Stella, and she's going to be happy again, I'm sure. We're going to have a heart-to-heart. And I think it's going to be grand. What's Dr. Kelly going to do for you in the fight? Healer, Fivehead. She's the support. And I think she likes me more than she likes the other two. So, trauma bonding and whatnot. I like getting her to support you. I don't need luck. She will, dude. She's a real one. I feel it in my bones. Okay. Well, yeah. I think we're done with Scarlet Hollow for a bit until episode 5 comes out. I don't know what we're gonna do next. Maybe another reading thing. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be a more gamey thing. We'll see. I will be streaming Thursday. Maybe Minecraft? Maybe not. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. And I hope to see you at the next stream. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.